Hello, I am Gregory the Poor Typist, and I have a post-crossing video for you here. Yeah, so I haven't done one of these in a long time. Alright, so I don't do a ton of post-crossing, and if you're not familiar, post-crossing at postcrossing.com is a website that kind of blindly gives you someone to send a postcard to. And in return, you get postcards from other people. So it's not exactly a direct exchange. You just send it out to random people, and then random people just send it to you. And you have a profile, and you can tell people what you're interested in, that sort of thing. So we have some inbound here, and here we have some outbound. So the inbound is just the last couple that I received. So, and then also I'll be showing the fountain pens that I used for the outbound. Okay, so first, from Belarus, we have a card from Oksana. Pomima. I love that. Beautiful. So Oksana says, "I'm Oksana, and I'm from Belarus. Our country is full of beautiful old castles and fascinating legends. I'm fond of exploring the country in my free time. History of different countries is one of my hobbies. Have a great day." We have some nice washi tape there. I love that stamp. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much, Oksana. I love this one. This comes from Bulgaria. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So this comes from Esther in Bulgaria. So Esther says, "I'm from Spain, but now I moved to Bulgaria because of my job. So this card is about the street where I live, and I love its atmosphere. I think that represents me. Regards." And I love the little drawing there. Some eyes peeking over a wall. Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much, Esther. Now, before we get into the outbound cards that I did last night, actually, I do want to show the pens that I used. This was my first time using fountain pens on postcards, and it was mostly very successful. I was surprised, especially considering some of these cards are very, very slick or glossy. So the first pen I used, and this is kind of a that one does not have a roll stop, so it rolls. I have been very, very impressed with this. The Schaefer Award. And this is just loaded with the black cartridge that comes with it. But I love the feel of it. I mean, it's a plastic pen, but there's just something about the feel of it. And it actually has a decent weight to it. It must have metal in there somewhere. Yeah. But yeah, I love this thing. Anyway, I don't want to make this too much about the pens, but this had the black ink, which you'll see in a moment. Loving this pen, definitely. Then we have one of my favorite pens, and it's going to be hard to see. Let me move these over here so you can see it a little better. We have one of my favorite pens paired with my absolute favorite ink. This is the D-Like Titanium Black. It's an all brass pen. It is filled with Kyo no Oto No. 3 Kokeiro. Obviously, I do not speak Japanese, but I love this ink. And I love this pen. It looks like a very small pen, but you can actually post it and it becomes normal length. But yeah, that's basically that. And the last one is one of my newer pens. I finally got, actually this might be my most recent pen. There you have the pen rolling. I finally got a TWSBI Go. And this is, I opted for the, it's kind of the smoky one, like a smoky gray. It's still a clear demonstrator pen, but it does have the smoky gray barrel there. And this is loaded with Krishna Kanikana, which in my journal looks very yellow. And yet on these postcards, it looks like a bright orange. So just a quick look at that one. I'm liking this pen, and it's super, super easy to fill. Yeah, so anyway, those are the pens I used. Again, I didn't want to make this about the pens, but I was excited to use fountain pens on postcards for the first time. All right, so this first card, it's a vintage card of Doubleday Bookshops. And this one is going to Jessica in Inglewood, Colorado. She mentioned that she loves books. So here you see I used the black for the Postcrossing ID and the date, and the name and address. I used the Kanikana for hello, and then you can see my favorite ink there. Beautiful, beautiful green with excellent shading. So I say, Mr. Rogers is my personal hero. She mentioned that she admires Mr. Rogers. I miss him. I thought you might like this vintage card of Doubleday Bookshops in New York City. I have my dream job working in a public library. I'm in Riverside, California. I hope you are well. Yeah. There you go. So Jessica can look forward to receiving that. This one is going to Anita in Austria. Anita was very, very specific on her profile, what she wanted, what she didn't want. But she did mention space and astronauts. So I happen to have this one. And this card actually comes from Christopher Arndt Postcards. You can just make it out down there. And this is Man on the Moon. This one I say, I hope you like the card and don't have it already. I am in Riverside, California, USA. Our city is famous for oranges. I've lived here most of my life. Maybe you can tell I love fountain pens. I hope you are well. Yeah. So, you know, with these postcards, you're not really, first of all, you don't have room to go into too much detail about anything, but just a nice little message, a little bit about yourself, that sort of thing. All right. This next one is going to Miranda in the Netherlands. And Miranda mentioned that she likes movies. And I happen to have quite a stack of movie postcards. So I selected this one. A good classic movie. All right. So this is one of the glossy cards. It's like super glossy on both sides. So I was very concerned, but I don't know if you can see, but the ink held up really well. I hope my thumb isn't smearing the ink over here, but we'll find out in a moment. And here I it had these little boxes, so I just put the hello in there. So this is a classic movie. I hope you like it. I love old movies. I love photography, write letters with a typewriter, and music and books are my obsessions. I live in Riverside, California, USA. I hope you are well. And I especially like how this ink looks on this sort of faux aged paper background. Unfortunately, the camera's not picking up the colors, particularly of the paper, all that well, but you'll have to use your imagination. Yeah. And this last one is going to Nadezhda in the Republic of Belarus. She mentioned that she likes dogs and drawing, so I figured, you know, comics are drawn. So we have this this image of Tintin, which of course is an old comic featuring a dog. All right, and again we have the little boxes there, so I put the hello in there. I love dogs too. I thought you might like this card of an old comic about a dog. My first pet was a budgie. She mentioned she also has a budgie and a bunch of goldfish. I love birds. We just have 2 dogs right now. I live in Riverside, California, USA. I hope you're well. Some post-crossing, a little bit of inbound, outbound. I do want to do this on a more regular basis. It's definitely one of my interests is participating in post-crossing. I want to do it more often, actually. I can send out up to 7 cards. I think they start you out at either 3 or 5, and then as you progress, you know, they increase the number of cards that you can send out and that you can receive. So yeah, but definitely check out postcrossing.com and sign up for a free account and start sending some postcards. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.